Up here pre-fishing with Keith Kavajecz at Sault Ste. Marie, having some fun here. It's the last day of pre-fishing, so tomorrow starts the tournament. So what are you thinking, Keith?
Well, I kind of posted it on my Facebook page also, but it's just a real inconsistent bite, I feel like. A lot of times you can figure out a pattern. We caught fish up shallow in weeds with shiver minnows. You go to a lot of other weeds and you can't seem to find another stretch that does it. You go to a hump and you catch them on shiver minnows. Then you go to 3 other, 4 other, 5 other humps and they aren't there. So it's just been that way all week, whether we're shivering or cranking or slow death. It just seems like just inconsistency. So we've got some things going on. Tournament starts tomorrow. They are calling for different weather than we've had all week though. It's supposed to be just flat calm tomorrow, which typically is never a good thing when you got such clear water conditions like this. But the next second day, the thing they're calling for then is bigger winds, big winds out of the south, so that could mess up some guys. We're actually running a long way. We're putting in by Sault Ste. Marie, which is way up by the locks that come out of Lake Superior and dump into Lake Huron. So we have to run all the way down. We're fishing an area called the Tour, which is way down through the St. Mary's River system, about 47, 48 miles you got to run. And then it dumps into Lake Huron and we're fishing down in that area. So gonna have a lot of runs the next couple days. Hopefully the fish get a little bit more consistent, or we've got enough waypoints that we can just bounce between them and find some fish. Gonna be an interesting tournament, I'm sure. Somebody will find them. Hopefully it's me.
Yeah, I've had a great week with Keith up here. I enjoy fishing with him. He's taught me a lot about fishing, how to run boats, especially the ZV-21 has been great up here, handling rough water. So I appreciate all your help here, Keith, and we'll talk to you later. Good luck.
All right, man.
Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Looks like we got a couple of fish here for 5.86 pounds. Keith, 5.86. And what's your take on the fishery? You've been giving us some great reports online all week.
Well, like I said all week, I just, for me, it was just inconsistent. I could find him in one place, but then try and reproduce it, and I couldn't do it. So it's kind of how today was. I just moved around a lot, had a really good partner, kept me upbeat all day, but just didn't get the bite. So hopefully tomorrow.
And that's part of derby fishing is the clock is ticking and eventually you run out of time, especially when you got to be back in at 3 or 3:30.
First of all, here in the United States we call them tournaments, not derbies. Okay.
It depends.
But yeah, that clock is ticking. It was a short day, so we ran a long way, burnt a lot of gas in the boat, but you know, hit all my spots. They just weren't there. So.
All right, very good. Best of luck tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Gary Parsons, and I'm going to talk today a little bit about the jointed flicker shed. This bait's been out almost a year, and I have to tell you, with the Berkeley design team, it took over 3 years of testing and product development for this bait. It's a very high action bait. It works extremely well in the summer months, and it's one little tip I can give you right out of the chute. It is an absolute monster on lead core when you're trolling sharp drop-off contours. So that's my tip for the day on the new jointed flicker shed.
I don't know how many tournaments a year this guy fishes, but it's a bunch. Keith Kavajecz, Next Bite Television. Corey Minky's his co-angler, $9.93. for Corey. Yesterday, 586. Today's weight for these gentlemen is going to settle in at 595. Two-day total of 1588 and 1181. There you go, sir.
Yeah, not the tournament I wanted, but it's always nice to come up and see Sault Ste. Marie. We've been up here a bunch of times. And I want to thank Heather and Dave Atkinson. They put us up over at the last resort, and they got the tackle shop over there. Dave's got a marina, a nitro marina, so really hospitable. Everybody's always great up here. It's beautiful up here. I just wish I could put a few more in the boat.
It is almost an overwhelming puzzle, and I took a lot of that from the pre-fish this week, especially, you know, listening to the guys that had never been here before. I mean, because it never seems to fish the same from one year to the next, and there's always an evolving bite. Is that a good way to describe it?
Yeah, you know, I was hoping for wind. We got a little wind today, and it still didn't work out. So I just had that kind of a week this week. You know, I'd get them one day, I wouldn't the next, and I try and reproduce patterns, and I couldn't. So kind of what I expected for the tournament, but again, it's always great being up here, great people.
All right, good job, good luck, gentlemen.